The Valkyrie Dominion were a proud species, six-limbed predators with hides like iron and egos to match. They had burned their way through 7 star systems, crushing resistance beneath their talons. When they turned their attention toward the human expansion zone, they expected another easy conquest. The colony of Haven's Reach lay on the edge of mapped space, a peaceful outpost of farmers, engineers, and scientists. No weapons, no fleets, just a self-sufficient community orbiting a soft green world. The Valkyrie arrived without warning. Their ships fell from the void like blades of obsidian light. No declaration of war, no transmission, just bombardment. They cracked Haven's Reach open like a fruit. Plasma rained down on domed habitats. Children hiding in bunkers screamed as the atmosphere boiled away. The Valkyrie warlord, Thor, watched from orbit, his mandibles twitching with pleasure. They build their world soft, he sneered. They fall softer still. When the last beacon stopped broadcasting, he ordered the colony's remains transmitted live across Dominion networks. The message was simple, cold, and dripping with arrogance. Humanity will crumble. Billions watched. The Valkyrie celebrated. The galaxy nodded in uneasy silence. Humans had spread fast, but they were young, fragile, some said, civilized to a fault, the kind of species that negotiated when they should have fought. And so, Haven's Reach burned. The galaxy moved on. Humanity, they thought, would lick its wounds and stay quiet, but humanity wasn't quiet. Humanity was listening. Coup. The silence before the storm. For 6 weeks nothing happened. No transmissions from Earth, no counterattacks, no diplomatic messages. The Valkyrie took the silence as proof of victory. They hide behind their fragile peace treaties. Thor said, they will crawl back to their cradle and stay there. Across their empire, fleets drank in the glory. Valkyrie commanders boasted in war halls and over open channels. They toasted the death of Haven's Reach with the blood of hunted beasts. But beneath the noise of their celebration, a strange silence spread through human space. Trade convoys halted. Outer colonies went dark, not in retreat, but in quiet coordination. Every military yard across the Sol Confederation shifted production schedules. Every dockyard that had been repairing freighters began building something else. Something older, deadlier, and forbidden. In the vast orbital fortress above Titan, the Strategic Command Network, SCN, reactivated after 2 centuries of dormancy. Earth's skies turned black with traffic. Fleets that had been mothballed since the peace accords came alive again. Ancient dreadnoughts, their hulls lined with scars from old wars, rumbled with new power. In the shadows, humanity whispered one word: enough. 3. The first whisper of retribution. The Valkyrie noticed when the first of their patrols went missing. A scout group near the Perseid Rift. Gone. No debris, no distress beacon, just static, then another, and another. By the 10th disappearance, the Dominion Council grew uneasy. Perhaps pirates, one suggested. Perhaps mechanical failure, another offered. But Thor felt something else. A chill he had never known before. And then came the broadcast. It pierced every Dominion channel, overriding encryption and private lines alike. A human voice, calm, deep, and terrifyingly composed. To the Valkyrie Dominion, you destroyed Haven's Reach. You killed 10,000 civilians. You broadcasted their screams across the stars. We have listened. We have counted. Your reckoning begins now. No name, no origin. Just the seal of Earth's old Terran Defense Command, the one the galaxy thought long disbanded. The message lasted 12 seconds. Then the vigilant dawn. A Valkyrie carrier group stationed along the frontier vanished. Sensors recorded a single flash, white-hot, brighter than a sun. Then nothing. When Dominion fleets investigated, they found only dust. No wreckage, no survivors, no explanations. The humans had returned to life. When Earth awoke, it wasn't war. It was execution. Within a single galactic cycle, entire Valkyrie sectors went dark. Their relay stations melted into slag. Supply chains collapsed. Their border worlds lost communication, then oxygen, then gravity. Human ships didn't announce themselves. They simply appeared. Cloaked carriers slipped out of fold space, dropping mechanized legions that tore through cities with precision strikes. Orbital bombardments fell like surgical lightning. The human expeditionary fleets, those who had been dismissed as relics, were now legends of terror. The HES Revenant, once a museum piece, now led a fleet of dreadnoughts so vast that their approach dimmed the light of nearby suns. Commanders spoke not of conquest, but of balance. We do not seek their world, Admiral Saren Voss declared. We seek their memory. to make them remember who they woke. Every planet that had celebrated Haven's Reach's destruction found itself under siege. Their fleets scrambled to resist, but human strategy was merciless. The Valkyrie were predators by nature, fast, savage, and brutal. Humanity was different. Humanity was methodical. They didn't just destroy ships, they dismantled the idea of the Dominion. Each victory was broadcast, quietly, efficiently, without mockery. Footage of silent human fleets hovering above burning worlds spread faster than any propaganda. And in every corner of the galaxy, whispers grew. Earth is coming. The fall of Kravthor fled to the capital world, Valkar Prime, a fortress surrounded by 13 defense moons and 2 million guns. No fleet had ever breached its orbit. But humanity wasn't just a fleet. It was fury incarnate. When they arrived, the skies turned red. The first human dreadnought emerged from fold space like a mountain of metal and rage. The HES Resolute. Behind it, hundreds followed. Ships so massive they made Valkyrie battlecruisers look like insects. Open fire, Kravthor screamed. Missiles streaked across the void. Cannons roared. The heavens burned, but human ships didn't dodge. They didn't flinch. Their shields absorbed the onslaught like a tide swallowing pebbles. And when they answered, Valkar Prime's defense moons ceased to exist. Orbital guns melted before they could reload. Entire fleets were vaporized in single salvos. Human kinetic strikes tore through the planet's crust, punching holes straight into its mantle. Kravthor watched from the command spire as the horizon caught fire. The ground split apart, cities collapsing into magma. A transmission blinked through the chaos. A human face appeared. Young, calm, eyes like cold iron. "You wanted us to crumble," the man said. "You wanted fear. You've earned it." The screen went white. When the light faded, the capital was gone. Valkar Prime, seat of the Dominion, for 1,000 years, was nothing but an expanding ring of dust and silence. The galaxy tremble's news spread like contagion. Empires that had mocked humanity went silent. Trade routes were abandoned. Diplomatic channels froze. Even the old Terran allies, the Andari, the Valari, spoke only in whispers. Across neutral space, refugees told stories of ghost fleets, silent ships that drifted through systems, annihilating any Valkyrie emblem they found. No looting, no prisoners, just erasure, and yet through it all humanity spoke little. Earth never declared war, never claimed victory. They simply dismantled the Dominion and withdrew. When the last Valkyrie outpost was burned, a final transmission echoed across the galactic network. Haven's Reach is avenged. This is not conquest. This is consequence. Then every human fleet turned home. No celebration, no anthem, no glory, just silence. Sudden. The ashes of arrogance years later, on a broken moon once belonging to the Valkyrie, an alien historian unearthed the only surviving recording of Kravthor's campaign. In it, the warlord laughed as Haven's Reach burned. "They will crumble," he said. The historian watched the footage, then looked at the ruins around him. Empty cities, melted mountains, skies forever darkened by ash. He whispered the words the galaxy had since adopted. "Never provoke Earth." Because everyone had learned what the Valkyrie hadn't. Humanity does not roar first. It waits, it remembers, it builds in silence, but when it strikes, it ends empires. Bait. The quiet. After the storm in orbit above the ruins of Haven's Reach, a new colony was rising, rebuilt stone by stone, dome by dome. The planet's scars still glowed faintly, but life had returned. A monument stood in the center of the rebuilt city, 10,000 names etched in silver. Above them an inscription, from silence, vengeance. From pain, unity. Children played beneath it. Old veterans stood guard not with rifles, but with remembrance. The stars above shimmered in peaceful indifference. But every captain, every admiral, every distant observer knew, if the darkness ever reached again, if another empire dared test the patience of Earth, the silence would return. And from that silence, the universe itself would tremble. They thought humanity would crumble, but in their arrogance, they crumbled themselves.